Hello, Fredlings. I am Claude from Chicago, and we are here for real people with real creativity in real time. Fredlings never give up, and I warning you. And today we're back with another live stream here in Planet Coaster History Adventure Theme Park. If you are new to this series, this is an Epcot-style theme park going around history facts of the world, and we have a few countries already in place. Our space area, which brings you back in time. We have the beautiful United Kingdom during the Industrial Revolution. We have Egypt in the antiquity stage, or whatever, not antiquity, my bad, sorry. The pyramid stage, prehistory. We have Slovakia, post-revolution. Czechoslovakian coup d'etat. And then we have the Alamo on its way. We have Palestine, which is what we're going to be working on today. So, this is dedicated to Noon's 87, as well as all of our other Palestinian supporters, as well as the Palestinian public during this rough time. We planned this actually a year and a half ago to almost 2 years ago, I believe, right? A year and a half ago, we'll go with, at least. Yeah, a year and a half ago, and all these problems have not been going on for them. And it's very sad to see what is going on. We may or may talk a little bit about that, but we're not going to go into deep delve politics of it. But we have our hearts and prayers set out to all the Palestinian people during this time. So, let's start working on this area. So, obviously, smack dab in between two countries. Those are always going to be sort of hard to do. I mean, Slovakia, I guess, technically wasn't, because it did sort of have an alcove for itself. I feel like if I built this first and then that, it would have not felt as stressful. This one would have probably been more stressful. But I actually have quite a very simple idea for the Palestine area. So what does that entail? What does that mean? So in our last park, we built a Palestinian section and area called Habibi's Ice Cream. Obviously, that will be coming back in here in Lucky Lakes theme park. But my main idea for the ride is it's going to be something very simple. The area is going to be a small village in Palestine with hills and a track ride going through orchards, as well as olive trees, date trees, that sort of stuff. So it's going to be quite a simple sort of track ride. And I'm not sure exactly if I'm just probably going to build it right here. And it's going to go like this. It's going to be a track ride that goes back and forth, up. And then maybe I'll do some sort of like... It's not going to be a drop because it's not a coaster. It's a track ride. It's going to be on that. So it's going to be a very calming ride. It's going to be a very family-friendly ride. It's going to be very soothing. It's going to be very enjoyable. If you guys do not know me, it's going to take me probably a couple streams to finish this area, so please bear in mind. But before we go any farther, I want to actually add in these flags. People have been asking me to do these flags for the absolute longest period of time, and I do want to say I sincerely apologize for taking my sweet bling-blonging time to get them in. That's my bad. It's my fault for not putting them in so quickly. Sorry about that. Now, there's apparently other stuff that's queued in here. I've only seen circus. I didn't see any of the wait times or anything like that, so I'm curious why that's there. But I do want to point out, before we go any farther here, before people start yelling at me in the comment section down below. Now, obviously, we didn't do the Texas part technically yet in this area. And if you go into the history section and the history book, you'll see the Alamo have listed like 3 different flags And I did that on really basic, quick history knowledge, all right? I really quickly researched before we started doing this that there was like 3 different flags that could have been at the Alamo. Probably not this Texas flag. Why are we putting it in then? Because this is a theme park and you think the general public really would know the difference. Plus, I don't know what actual flag was there, so I'm not going to put in a flag that I do not know 100% was there. I'm going to put one that we kind of all relatively do know. And if I research it and I find out that it's not this Texas flag, I will then incorporate the correct one. So please bear in mind, the Texas flag could have been like the Mexico current flag. Could have been like the Mexican current flag, but without the bald eagle. It could have been the United States flag. It could have been this version of the Texas flag. Could have been a lot of different things. At least 3 different versions could have been there. So I'm surprised it's not documented, but do remember that all the fighters were killed. The slaves were left free. Also, I want to come through here in these areas, and I want to start changing these flags to the correct flags for each area, because we have been asked about that, and I do apologize, like I said, for my sheer laziness for not putting them in. We're going to be adding quite a few more flags than just those. We do have an Egypt flag as well in the United Kingdom. I'm surprised I do not have any flags laid out currently for it. So let's type that in. I knew Egypt didn't have any, but the reason why I didn't put any in Egypt is because I just knew for a fact that it was going to be the pyramids. Does that even need a flag, technically? And I do believe that every place probably should have a flag, even if it doesn't really need one. Why wouldn't Egypt need one? Because the pyramids are so, uniformly known. Do you really need it there? That was my questioning and my thoughts behind it. So just gonna put a few of those down. Now we do have the United States one like pre-made up, and we do actually have the Union Jack as well pre-made up. So do we really need that there? No. I always do make the the UK one just because I can, but I do actually kind of like these. I actually really like this older designed one than anything else. I'm still gonna try to go with the theme of I still want to go with the theme like in Disney World. If you did not know, apparently in Disney World, or apparently I think it's a law in Florida, or maybe it's something else. I'm not entirely sure where it comes from, to be honest with you. It might be just a law in the States. But the American flag must be taken down every day, at least in Florida. It might be the entire U.S. I'm not sure, but legally it's supposed to be taken down every day. But in Disney World, obviously they can't take all those flags down all day, all the time. At least on the Main Street USA, so they made fake flags with one less star, one more star, or different stars, which are technically not the not the current flag. So that's how they can keep them up 24/7. But they do have an honorary flag lowering ceremony in Disney World, and that is with the only real flag, and they'll let a veteran take it down, an honorary veteran take it down every single day. All right, want to add in a few, see here, I don't know where I want to put in an Egypt flag, because that's going to really kind of destroy this beautiful scenery. I also kind of wanted to keep this very realistic in terms of the weather pattern, because the wind would be only blowing in one direction. So I want to try to keep that relatively the same. I kind of want them all sort of going the right direction. If not, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to freak out about that. All right, I'm going to press save here. Also, I'm getting over a very bad sickness. If you guys didn't see my last live stream last Monday. I've been trying to cough here for about the last 10, 15 minutes I've started the stream. So I'm going to go cough real quick. All right, thank you. Sorry, I was dying. All right, so let's start the Palestine area. So the question is, the Palestine area that I want to sort of convey is that old village, and farming sort of thing, like I was saying earlier. So I want it to be. There's a lot of like they have very good agriculture, so I kind of like want to make it that tiered system. Which maybe we should start doing that, but I do kind of want it to be not an open area, sort of like this transition. I sort of want it to be hilled off. So let's start that and get that rolling here. Now, maybe it doesn't need to have a per se tunnel, because I really do not like this tunnel. So I would not want to build 2 of tunnels. So maybe we'll just put up a bunch more foliage here. I kind of don't like how there's not enough foliage here. It feels very naked in the front. This got filled up pretty well, and this has a ride here. So not sure how we're going to fill this area in. But that is something we are going to have to figure out, right? So, but I do want to sort of like slowly start tiering up. And it's going to get slightly higher the farther we go back. So let's add a little bit there. And then we're going to have to sort of pull it this way. Because we're not, you know, Slovakia sort of has that area sort of claimed because of, you know, there's a coaster running through it. So we kind of have to keep that there. But probably right around this itself. This is probably a good start. Sort of to see where this is going to get, you know, pulled out. And obviously we're going to still have some some trees and that sort of stuff. Okay. Now, the track ride. Maybe I should start building the track ride first, so I kind of have an idea of what car I should use. And I want to also figure out, you know, how much room we have. So this track ride, like I said, this is going to be more of a kids area. I mean, Slovakia, this is a family-friendly coaster, which is completely packed. Is there any kids on it is the question. Looks like there's teenagers. I don't see any kids on it, but it's supposed to be family-friendly. The line is definitely jam-packed, so that is a very good sign. There's only one train that runs on it. What is the time length on this, by the way? The time length is... does it tell me? I thought it would tell me somewhere. Results. 81 seconds. 81 seconds, and it's pretty packed. But you can see, look at this. Because the line goes underground and comes back around. Look at all these chumps. Not trying to pay a $10 fast pass fee. You spend $10 and you can skip this entire line. That's a little bit schnoon. Okay. Track rides. What would be best for this Palestine area? There really isn't a ton of different options. There is a sleigh. There is a cat. There's like a Mustang looking thing. There is an old car, which is probably going to be it. There is a literal track ride, which we've used before. The haunted house ride, which I like to call it, which I've never used. And then the second haunted house ride, which is a tracked motion ride. There's also boats and all those other things. Don't really want that per se. But we'll go with, like, this would make sense. Like, these these, like, old cars. Like, you're going through old Palestine. And the reason why I would say that this is the best version for this area is, one, these rides are quite common, at least this style of car, for these sort of track rides. And the second reason is, at least for the history aspect of it, when I was doing the Great Palestinian Revolt on my history channel, Claude's history course, a little bit of promo there, that, every time I've seen photos, because it was under British occupation for such a long time, the British were there, so they imported their own cars to Palestine, which just so happened to be these. Okay, so, this, I think, is going to be quite a, I wouldn't say profitable area. For some reason, I'm pressing R to rotate, and it doesn't work, because, Claude, that's not how it works. Okay, so I want them to enter the left and exit right. Or do I want them to get on and off the same side? I don't remember how this one works. I honestly, genuinely cannot remember how this works. I guess I could always switch that, right? I think I'm going to do it where they both enter and exit on the same side. Because with these rides over here, it's a little bit... That was like a little bit too much room, I think. I guess it wasn't the end of the world. I just think it could have been a little bit nicer. Maybe, because I need them to get over and under. That is going to need to happen. And usually they kind of come to the back end at the end of the ride. Alright, let me just try to figure out how I want this sort of to be looking. Right? So, I want it to be a track ride that goes through the hills, and you see the beautiful agriculture and all that sort of stuff. But I also wanted to come out to the front where people can kind of see them driving around. So do I want them to instantly come around over here and see the people? Or do I want them to see it at the end of the ride? I feel like in Disney World, they sort of see everyone at the end of the ride. So that is how I'm going to make my judgment on this. And I will have people enter and exit on the same section as well. So let's sort of look at this. And I always get a little annoyed with the stations. If you have not seen me before, I always get a little annoyed with the stations. Alright, now the question is, how many entry speed, exit speed, entry speed? Oh man, you can get that to go up to 22 miles an hour. I don't know if I wanted to go that fast. I want to get a bunch of cars on this track, though. That's for sure. I don't know how many cars we can get on this track, but I do want there to be a lot of them. I think these dots mean how many cars are on here. If that's correct, I've never noticed that in my entire life. Can't be, because they wouldn't let a dot be there. But we're going to guess like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8? Not enough. That's probably okay. Probably okay. I don't know if it is or not. Okay. Stop Star Trek. Allows for the ride to stop for a certain amount of time, but for continuing, I do not want that. Alright, I haven't made a track ride in don't know when. But we'll start now. So we'll get out, and I'll have the auto snap on because I'm quite a huge fan of auto snap. And we're gonna start. We're gonna get it to kick out right away, and then we're gonna start sort of slowly descending up a hill. Now, if I can get that to be correct or not is another thing. This also is clearly they're going to also be able to visit and see, you know, Egypt, literally right here. So, oh, can I? Ooh, I can have this tilted at an angle. That is kind of life-changing here. That's quite a thick upturn. I don't know if I want that. But I'll get it to go like that there. And then we will go this way. Yeah, that's quite a very steep turn. Right? I've never built anything like this, so I don't know. But it's supposed to be a hill, then it's supposed to be a step up on a hill, a step up on a hill, a step up on a hill, step up on a hill with all these olive trees and all that sort of stuff. That is the goal. I really hope we can get that to kind of pan out and envision out that way. So it's like, it's really a slight increase. It's not like anything super crazy. I do want to do one of those like turns again though. That would be kind of cool. And while we're here, there is this very natural, you know, there is that natural rock foliage and stuff back there. So I am going to attempt to keep that in. And then this one will make it go up a little bit more because I feel like I'm going to need a little bit more depth on that. Right? So I'm going to attempt to keep this real, oh man, that looks good. Alright, so as you see, it sort of slightly steps up. Now, it's going to need to come back down. Do I make it go through, like, the mountain just because I can? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there are how many mines. Let's look that up. Were there mines in Palestine? Like, I mean, I guess you could always do it. There are at least 90 minefields in the West Bank, 13 laid by Jordan military in 1948 to 46, or 76. 48 to 70, 48 to 67. Oh, those are minefields. Okay, not trying to go with the war aspects right now. Trying to keep this like a cool, peaceful ride. Do I make an additional mountain on the way back down? Question mark? I don't know. But I do need to raise this ground eventually. What were we at, 11 meters, I think? Maybe it was 9. I'm attempting to make this like its own second mountain here. Attempting to. I don't know if that's gonna per se work. Kind of like how it's like, I love the banking though. I've always liked that in this game. It definitely gets down quicker than some may say it's getting down too quickly. Oh no, not this again. The pathing, the crazy pathing of Planet Coaster. No. I've never liked the where it puts it into the ground. I do want people to be able to see the cars coming in. I also want there to be a little bit of like a village sort of area. And I want some other rides. I don't want this to be like the only thing in this area. I don't know why I was so concerned about the, Oh, I definitely want this to be, hooked. Definitely needs to be banked. Alright. Now is the, the very important question we have to figure out is how many trains can get on here? Oh, we can pretty much put an infinite amount of trains on here, can't we? It's probably like 20. Ooh, that was a good guess. All right, let's go. Let's start off with 8 because apparently I must have overestimated. Joey, thanks for coming out to the live stream, big fella. How are you doing? We're working on our Palestine area. This is supposed to be a very agricultural sort of relaxing ride here in the park. But this might be too slow. So, like, you're supposed to be going up, like, these Palestinian hills, right? And you see this beautiful agriculture, right? You see olive trees. You see date trees. You see other very beautiful trees in the ride. Maybe a village or two. I don't know. You're going up, like, this mountain. Now, 2 things that I could probably notice is, 1, this is hella slow. This is very, very slow. And also, these trains, like, sort of went way too quickly. So, what we need to probably do is do this. Joey says he's doing good. Oh, Joey, I saw your... I saw your thing where I seen your Discord message. You got your 1994 game repaired. So does it actually work? Your Donkey Kong? Does it actually work? Question mark. Also, apparently I put the entrance on the wrong side, so I gotta... Bruh. Okay, there we go. Now we should be good. And I think we're going to need to put more trains on this. Let's go with, like, 12. Train speed, let's bump that up to, like, 10 miles an hour. That might be fast. I don't know. 10 might be too fast. Do not block station. Trains will override the minimum rider load as well as the maximum rider load. Wait times can increase monthly guests. Monthly departures also have minimum departure interval must also have elapsed. Okay. So we'll do that. I also wanted a priority pass. I always love priority passes. Definitely getting put in. But we'll put in the entrance here. We will place the exit here. We will connect that to a pathway. First thing we want to do, first things first, is figure out what kind of pathway we want. Which I guess we really don't have a ton of choices. We'll go with the rock. We'll go with, I don't want to go with that nasty thing. By the way, this is going to be lush green. This is not going to be sand. It just happened to be sand. Okay. Want to add in the queue. I actually don't want to remove, like, the train post if we don't have to. Also, we might have an issue running in this priority pass. Maybe I should have put that pathway in first. What's the style we're going with here? We're going with this one. This is really throwing me off in terms of the color being like this. I actually am really digging how this is sort of... how this pathway is going like this. I kind of wish it was a little larger, though. But I think it's probably okay. Maybe not. Maybe it's not okay. Definitely is not okay. The problem was that the cartridge was deleting my save file due to some sort of battery corrosion. Fortunately, I was able to take it to the game repair place nearby. Well, congratulations, man. Holy bling blong. I would have been quite livid if it wasn't saving my game correctly. And thankfully, it is fixed now, so you can actually start playing some DK the Donkey Kong. Alright, I think I changed my mind. I think that 4-meter one was probably okay in terms of size length. DK, a Donkey Kong. The jungle in the highest. I don't know how any of the lyrics go in that song, but it goes something like that. Alright, so maybe this could be the short end of the stick. But I do want some sort of like a little village or something. And I want some other rides. And I want a priority pass. I hope this is a very popular ride. Ideally, I would like to have all of this sort of be the pathway. But in terms of how Planet Coaster works, that's not how it works. So we're going to have to kind of finesse it around like this. But, like, I don't know if this is going to be enough, like, area. But it's called, I hope it is. I hope it's enough area. If it's not, we'll have to definitely readjust this. Bruh, why would this not work, bruh? Oh, because I put them backwards, duh. No, bro. No. No shot! No. Shot that it just deleted everything, bro. Absolutely no bloody way did they just did that to me. A DK. A Donkey Kong. Right. Bloop. Alright, will this grid be perfectly straight or will be off just enough to make me livid? Oh my bling blong, that was way too perfect. That is like the most perfect I've ever built a pathway in my entire life. Wow. Alright, well, let's turn this bad boy on. And let's see, if this ride will be, A, spaced out enough, or if it will be profitable enough. I mean, it's not gonna be, I don't know if profitable would be the best word for it. But, we'll find out. 12 is enough to pretty much get, like, half the track put out. But most of the time... well, most of the time, we actually really struggle with the getting people on and off the ride. So that's really where we should be looking. But if they are getting off the fastest, as that says, then we're still going to be off, but, you know, people are going to be getting on the ride, and also people are going to be like, you know, waiting, or... We'll call this the country of Palestine is the ride. Okay. It gets some pretty okay stats. It's okay. But it's supposed to be a family-friendly sort of ride anyways. Question is, before we do start, do I extend this any farther? I don't know. Alright. What I want to do, though, before I completely forget is I want to add some benches in. We'll go with the... Do we stay with the same theme as Slovakia, sort of the modern? It's supposed to be a countryside sort of vibe and thing. So, not entirely sure. Fairy tale bench seems not correct. Okay, we'll just go with the park bench for now. And we could also always add in, we could also always add in, this really reminds me of Thrillville, That's why I don't want to do it so much. A coaster or ride here in the front. Just because we didn't do it over here doesn't mean we can't do it over here. Alright. Now, I do want to keep staying with our really thick pathways, which I believe are 6 meters thick. I want there to be a town over here too, so... or a ride. Definitely want there to be a town, though. So, that I don't know entirely right now. I guess right now what I do know is at least this. That at least does exist. And then we should start seeing people get on this area. We're going to need to make a, you know, a guest zone and staff zone and all that sort of stuff. We'll turn the ride on and see how many people get on it. Currently, nobody wants to get on it, which is very strange that nobody wants to get on this right now. Because usually, people want to get on the rides right away. But I guess there's no queue scenery probably at all, right? Probably 0 queue scenery. That's probably 2. There's 2. Alright, well, we're going to do our little tricky trick. Which, if you missed our last couple episodes, you'll see here happen. Where is the, where are... There it is. I was like, where are my, Wow, this I don't even need to put in one of those things. But what I do probably need is I probably need an extension of this, this pathway. The priority pass. Nobody's using the priority pass. Not a single person is using a priority pass. Well, I mean, a couple people are. You can ride this ride maybe about 8, 9 times before somebody gets even halfway through. But we definitely probably need a longer queue. The one thing that it is in the Planet Coaster to keep in mind for people that have not played this, there is a maximum to the queue. There's like a certain amount of time or there's a certain amount of length where people just will not wait in line any longer. So, unfortunately, we can't just make it an infinite. I mean, we can make it infinitely long, correct? But there won't be like infinite amount of people just waiting for the ride. They'll get to a point where they'll see the time, say, you know, the time of the ride will be like, you know, that's only 72. I guess most of the time when I make these rides, I usually have other scenery about it. Like for example, this ride went infinite, and then this is like the end of the queue. They'll say, "Oh, it's like a 2-hour wait. We are never gonna wait any longer than a 2-hour wait." But if the path went all the way around here, and it said an hour long, they'd be like, "Oh, sure, I'll get on because there's an hour." But it won't, once it gets to like 2 hours, they will not wait any longer than that or something. Which I think is about right for any theme park. So at least here, if it was like Disney World or Epcot, this guy would get out of his beautiful line here, bring out a rope. He would obviously or she would probably obviously have some partners in that adventure. They would have a rope. One person would put the rope inside that pole and put a couple of them out. And then they would get a hand cue, sort of staff members, holding a rope, or just, you stand in line because they ran out of rope. But that's how that would work. Also, in this sort of situation, if the ride was this long, if the ride was this long, look at how many people are using the priority passes now. See? So there are a chunk of people that do have them. So that's good to see that I just seen a whole bunch of people going through. If the ride was so long like this, you would also see a bunch of, you would see staff members. These people have the priority pass thing here. Which in theory, you would see them, they would be allowed to go in and cut through the line a little bit earlier. Because usually the priority pass is pretty early on. But long story short, what was I trying to say? The priority pass is just such a cool thing, and I think it's worth it. It's $10. It's $10 and you get to jump this line for this coaster? Come on, bruh. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Dinarless. Yeah, that happened to me once when there was a queue extension. Yeah, see, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because I tried to do that before in my other parks, and it just is literally, there's like a max. I think it's like 2 hours in game that people will only willingly want to wait. But this is our Slovakia area, and thank you so much for coming out to the stream. All right, one thing that I do want to do is it's starting to get me very livid. Is I want to start painting this grass in away from this sand. The sand was literally a temporary temp holder, and considering we got Egypt right next to it, I want to get rid of it because it's not supposed to be sand. It's very lush from the photos I've seen of Palestine, so I kind of want to get that sort of painted in, so we got that. Now, do I kick it up a notch and start adding in this grass? I've never really added this grass in. I think it's more of like an Irish grass. I kind of wish I didn't. Yeah, it's like 4-leaf clovers. Maybe we could do Ireland at some point. Maybe at some point we will do that. But I kind of want to paint this in so we can get this sort of looking pretty decent. I'm pretty bad at the terrain painting, just TBH. Like, this looks good, but I didn't do that. I did not do that. Is there an auto paint? I thought there was an auto paint. Oh, it's already selected as auto paint. Wait, what? I feel like it's not actually on. That'll work. That'll work. Remember when I used to say that we were going to have like a back entry with all the trucks and stuff bringing that in? That is completely out the window. That it's not existing anymore. It was a cool idea, but it's definitely not going to happen. Also, for everyone that's just joining or just sort of skipping to this part in the stream, at the bottom when it says 17 years this park has been open, this park has not been open for 17 years. This park has been open for 17 months is what we're going off of. Years is what we count as months. Joey, welcome back to the stream. Joey, the very important question for you is, what did you have for dinner? Okay? What did you have for dinner? That's a very important question. Now, I didn't have... I didn't have, like, dinner yet, but my dad did earlier get me, Jimmy John's, a Turkey John, and I have it customized. I do not remember what my exact customizations were, but I'll tell you this, what I at least I can attempt to remember. It was like Jimmy peppers, you know, onions, lettuce, tomato, you know, on white bread, turkey, and then I had some, like, other little toppings. I think that was pretty much it, actually, and maybe that was it. But that's what I had for lunch. And for some reason, Jimmy John... Oh, he got extra meat on it, too. But, for some reason with Jimmy John's sandwiches, it seems like TBH, you never really feel, like, fulfilled, you know, stuffed, you know? Not like a greasy fast food usually does. Claude, that is not healthy. Claude, that is not healthy. Claude, you should not be eating like that. Okay, this is America. I can do what I want. Claude, you should not be eating like that. Oh, Joey, I cannot wait to play some Fortnite later, to be honest with you. Yesterday, I finished my second to last basketball game. Well, that I at least had planned. But I mean, I think it's probably going to be the second to last basketball game that I cover this year. At least my regular scheduled activities. And it was so fun. It was very enjoyable, all that stuff, all that mumbo jumbo. Which very happy to see that it's done, but I'm finally... I think it's true. I think I am addicted to Fortnite, okay? I think I am addicted. I think I'm officially addicted to Fortnite, okay? I think it is a thing. Fortnite addiction, Fortnite sickness is definitely a thing. So, yeah. Not playing for one day, I have already felt the shakes. The Fortnite withdrawal streaks. Okay. Alright, how is this mountain? Ooh, this is kind of looking good. Gotta figure out how to fix this, though. Also... yeah, I gotta, like, bring this up. The shakes. The Fortnite shakes. Probably should have just brought this all up and then smoothed it out. Because whatever I'm doing, it ain't working. Alright. Now, with that being said, like I was saying, that this... ooh, man, I am not doing that correctly at all. I need this to go down a little bit more. Oops. Oh, man, I forgot how I did this already. Oh, this is going to be very fun. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba! Alright. Man, this is looking, a little wacky. It's looking a little whack, okay? I do not deny that it's looking a little wacky. Alright, I am not denying that it looks a little wacky. But it's gonna look good when we get it going, brothers. My guy. I saw a video. So we were covering this basketball event yesterday, and I saw they had so many videos and stuff, like just from everyone. Fans' perspectives, you know, other people's perspectives. And I saw a video of myself, and I screen recorded it, thankfully. It was like the cringiest video that I could possibly have seen of myself. I was interviewing a guy, and I go like, congratulations, my guy, or something like that. I definitely say congratulations, my guy, blah blah blah. And he usually gives me like a bro hug. But he didn't that time. And man, I look like an idiot. And I'm surprised no one has commented that. That was like the cringiest thing I think I've done. Man, it was so weird. It didn't feel weird when, like, to be honest with you, when I was doing it live, I didn't, like, it felt like for real, but when I look at the video, it is very cringy. It's not like somebody sat there and, like, well, I guess they did sit there and record it, because I was sitting there recording it as well. But it was just hilarious. It was pretty cringy. Very cringy. Man, getting over the sickness kind of stinks. I kind of really wish I was back to 100%. I would probably say I'm probably at like 80% currently capacity of coming back from the sickness. Thomas! Thanks for coming on out to the live stream. We're making an Epcot themed theme park called History Adventure, where we do the history of the world. So it's pretty much the exact same thing as Epcot. How does this mountain look? Now, okay. Wow, that's actually looking kind of sexy, though. I wish it was, I wish my pushing in tool wasn't so strong. I'm going to try to undo as much as I can and redo it. But I'm not going to redo everything. It looks like I'm going to be redoing everything. Alright, I guess we're going to there. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to take the intensity down to, like, I don't know, 69%, because for the giggles. I really don't want to see this, the pipes from at least the main perspective. I don't really care if I see the pipes later. Thomas Joyce for the subscription. Thank you so much for subscribing to Claude from Chicago. I almost said the wrong YouTube channel. But this is our theme park. I'll give you a little brief overview because you subscribed. I always give subscribers a little brief overview. So if you haven't been to Epcot, there's that. It's the big Disney theme park with the big ball. By the way, I would also have my webcam on, but I just don't have it on because, you know, I don't want it on. Plus, I was just sick. But this is our theme park. We have the entrance over here. You know, you got the security check-in and all that sort of stuff. And then you get into the theme park. So the theme park is Epcot. It goes through the history of the world, but this is the History Adventure theme park, so it's specific about specific history events. We have 2 spaceships here with interiors and gift shops and all that sort of stuff. So you can kind of come in here, and then you get sent through a time machine portal, which... you go to the Industrial Revolution of the United Kingdom. Very specific. And inside of the Industrial Revolution, you got, you know, the ship rides. You get, you know, the main coaster ride over here. And all that sort of stuff. And then you have the Division of Wealth with the rich people. Then you go through the ancient... You go through the Pyramids of Giza phase. And, you know, here, and you get to see, you know, the Pyramids of Giza in their true form. And yes, the Pyramids of Giza did not have gold on the top of them. They had black capstones, which were actually found in Egypt. Not a single gold one was found because, Claude, they stole all the gold capstones and they melted them down for gold. Why would they keep them? No, because if you had a gold capstone on top of it, you wouldn't even be able to see it, because when the sun would hit the side of the pyramids with the white limestone bedrock, it would be so bright you wouldn't be able to see the top. So they put the black capstones on the top of it so that you could actually see the top of the pyramid. Sorry, had to get that little rant out the way. And then, you know, you have the Valley of the King down here, you know, the actual tombs. Palestine, which we are currently working on. Slovakia, which is the post-Czechoslovakian coup d'etat in 1948. So a more modernized part of Slovakia. Specifically, there is a mountain town, a mountain resort here. So that's sort of what we're going off of. The Alamo, which we're sort of rebuilding, and now we're doing Palestine. So let's continue. Thomas Joy says, you have more patience than me, LOL. Oh, I used to have a lot more patience back in the day. Back in the day, I had a lot of patience. Now I wouldn't say it as much, but I greatly do appreciate that. Yeah, back in the day, I used to be a little bit Majnoon, a little bit crazy. A little bit crazy back in the day. Spend maybe about, you know, we spent, not in this park, but we spent, I think 5 hours on a parking lot before. So we were a little bit crazy. A little bit crazy. But now we stole the assets from our old theme park, so we don't have to rebuild them. And there's probably better ones, but I spent 5 hours on it, so I'm going to put my own assets in the park, okay? We are going to put it in there. Ooh, okay. This is a lot nicer now. I do not like... This ride is actually making us money, too. I'm going to bump this up to $10 because I can. It's not like we need it anyways. We have an unlimited budget. And by the way, I'm sick, so please forgive me if I don't talk for a second. I'm coughing my lung apart. All right. Let's continue here. Um, let's get the terrain stuff sort of punching out and get that going. So the first thing that I do is I keep it at 100. Keeping it 100. Keep it 100 with you. And we are going to pencil this in. I'm not really too concerned with this being. I'm not really too concerned with it sticking out. So don't be like, Claude, it's sticking out. As you just literally, if you didn't literally just see, you must have just started watching the stream. But if you were watching the video, then you know what we're talking about. So we're going to punch this out. And then we're going to go in here, drop it down to like, I don't know, 58% and use the push tool and sort of start getting this pushed in. But one thing I do want to do is I want to fill in the valley. So let's bring that back up before we just start doing that. So we're going to bring in the valley here. And we're going to fill this in. So regardless if you've seen up into this point or not, but Palestine has these very beautiful valleys and these beautiful mountain ranges. And they have trees, date trees, you know, they have just beautiful, it's just overall beautiful. Okay. So what we're trying to do is trying to recreate that with this track ride. Now, it's not like this is the most scariest coaster ride, but it's not supposed to be scary with all the stuff that's been going on currently in Palestine, and all the very sad, horrific things. We're trying to show the beautiful side of Palestine, which I could have done, like the Great Palestinian Revolt, which I did a whole history video on. I could have done a bunch of other things too, but we're not doing that per se. So we're doing a very calming part of Palestine. Which is, which I think every country should be in that sort of state and that sort of mind. In my personal opinion, I think every country should be, not at war with each other and all that sort of stuff. So, but before I get all, my opinion on here, let's smooth this out, which I haven't smoothed any of this stuff out so far. But I do want to smooth this bad boy out right. And right. Okay. This is looking pretty good. I'm going to press save real quick, and we're going to ride the ride. I have to answer this text message for work, so please bear in mind with me. Let's get onto a track car that hasn't pulled out from the station real quickly. Ba-da-ba-ba. All right, I'm still sending this text message for work, but we're gonna get on this coaster, and then we'll get on another coaster too. I had Puerto Rican rice and peas. Ooh, peas with chicken. Ooh, that sounds so good. I'm just sending this text message. I'll be right there, Joey. All right, I'm almost done sending this text message for work. I'm sorry. Let's get on the Industrial Revolution ride. Let's wait for this to sort of pull into the station. There goes the train right there. Perfect. All right, sent those messages. Um, all right, so sent that message, and then I got All right, perfect. All right, we're done. We're done with the messages. Okay, perfect. So this is the Palestine ride. This is sort of how I have it sort of figured out and sort of planned. So, uh, main attraction for this area. I do not like the blue. So let's change this up. I do not like the blue cars at all. So let's change them to something different. I think a nice sort of color would be sort of a darker green, in my personal opinion. So let's add that in here. And then the track ride colors need to be like all black or all green. Because I do not like how I see those pipes. Now, we're not going to be able to cover them all up. But that, at least, you don't see them so thickly anymore. Next, we want to get in sort of the trees. This is sort of how I kind of have it envisioned. So let me pull up a picture of Palestine countryside. Let's go here. Let's go images, and let's pull this up over here. And then I will go into my display capture, and I will pull this up on screen. I always get this sort of messed up here, but this is sort of what we're going for. This is sort of the vibe that we're trying to sort of convey. You see very beautiful flowers. You see rockscape. It's kind of barren here in this picture, per se, not the one that I was originally going for. You see these trees. You see a village on the side. You see some other little beautiful sort of landscape things here. This is what I'm going for. This is what we're trying to go off of. Is this photo going to load in correctly, or is that just like this crappy of an image is going to go? Probably. So that's what we're kind of doing. That's what we're kind of vibing here. So let's start off with some trees. Let's go here and check this. And let's get into some trees. Now, one big thing, at least in Palestine, date trees are one of their main things. Obviously, with Ramadan coming up and all that, I kind of want to add those in. So these look a little bit more tropical per se, but we're going to add them in because dates are really a big part of Palestine. So I want to add a few of those in. Maybe we'll add those at the top because that would probably look a little bit nicer. Joey's telling me to breathe. Am I not breathing? Am I speaking too quickly? So let's add in a few of those over here. Like so. Bloop. 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 I think this area here might also probably should have a town up here. Because it's getting the server's starting to get so much detail in it, it's starting to render this stuff out. That was a mouthful. I probably was. I probably was. Okay, next. Where are my beautiful, like, bear trees? I don't know what you call them. These sort of trees. These are called marla trees. Bloop, bloop. Go this way and add those in like so. Hopefully that's not on the track. It's pretty close to being on the track, so we'll add in a few of those there. Next, let's find a different style of tree. I would like to see some very colorful trees, but I don't think ash trees are very known for the area. Or the crimsons, but there's only one crimson in this game, so Emperor Maple. What? I thought there was a crimson tree. Crimson King. Yeah, Crimson King is definitely not a part of that. Maybe these Alexander palms as well. Those could be kind of cool to add in. Because, you know, it's like that Middle Eastern sort of vibe. Oh, this is looking good. This is starting to look good. Oh, you know what? The rocks. As you saw in those photos and stuff like that, there was quite a lot of rocks. So let's add those in. Which one are we going with? We're going to delicious rocks, is what I like to call them. I don't think that's what they're called. Delicious. Let's add those bad boys in like this. This is probably gonna be one of the rides that people go on and are like, you know, we love the ride, but it's so hot because it's all outside. Heck yeah. All right, I'm gonna take this phone call real quick. All right, Fredlings. This has taken a little longer than I expected, but we did a lot of detailing today, and we're going to continue working on it a little bit later on. I want to give special thank you to our Patreons for making this live stream possible. We have a brand new Patreon, so give them some love. Maxwell, thank you so much. And that's all the time we have for here today. I'm Claude from Chicago, and remember, a real Fredling makes their own luck.